All right, Cyber Traders, welcome on back here to wrap up our week, putting a bow on this week this Friday, December 9th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Great to see Norman and Steve still with us here, and Brad as well, and Skip, and all of us just joining us otherwise right now. Great to see Jeff and Andre still with us here, loud and clear from them. Ray as well with us, and great to have all of us otherwise back on social media, Facebook Live or YouTube. Another day, another stock making a historic run up, right? So, yesterday it was the PHVS stock. Today it's the AMAM. If you think I sound tired, it's because I am. I mean, I'm sure you are too if you've been with us all day today watching this stock pump up. It's gotten halted probably 30 separate times today. This one, the AMAM, it's still up over 700+% right now, making another squeeze back up here, taking us into this afternoon meeting. It's currently halted again. Should reopen up exactly in about 3 minutes at 2:33:14. It should reopen up 5 minutes exactly from the tape. But for right now, we'll at least just put this on our watch list, folks, to begin the AMAM. I mean, just the fact it's still giving us another run. That's the only reason why I'm watching this right now, because otherwise, for a stock that makes this type of pump up, you got to expect for this thing to pull back down at some point in time. So it's easy to leave money on the table for this stock. I did not take part in this thing one bit today. I mean, hey, after a certain point, I thought it was just going to crash back down. So you betcha I was chicken after a certain point. I did miss out on it, though, initially just from pre-market and from after the initial market pop here, or initial pop after the market opened up. I could have focused on this. I was more focused on Carvana and Neo myself. Hey, Carvana, at least for the meantime, that was a hell of a pop-up that we caught as well, finishing up the audio commentary that we had from the morning. So, this was another big winner. A couple of huge iceberg orders showed up on CVNA earlier on the bid at 470 and 472. It led to a nice pop right from that point. So we were in the trade right from there, a little bit above it, and led to the pop, the halt. Got halted a couple of times on the way up, I think, even here. I even forgot where I got out. I think it was like over 550, just around this area, I reckon. But it was before it ended up pumping up towards 6 and then pulling back. So this ended up making a nice push, but look where it's at now. It was actually as good of a short as it was a long, right? A full round trip back down. Why I'm bringing this up is because if Carvana, a name brand company that's very heavily traded day to day, makes that pump and dump, what is going to stop AMAM from doing the same thing coming up here? Be careful. That's what I'm saying. All right. So AMAM definitely for right now will keep on our list. I mean, hey, beautiful trend. But let's see what else we got for the meantime, though. SPY has gone utterly nowhere this whole day, really. I mean, like a little up movement up here, but just completely flat otherwise. So, we'll see if there's anything else out there that looks good. And recap, might I say, a couple others that ended up pumping up for us outside of the AMAM and Carvana. Of course, CLRO being one of them. So CLRO ended up having a big pump early in pre-market. It was below $1 yesterday. It gapped up, pumped up, and exploded. Ended up making a very similar move, pumping all the way up towards 2. Ended up making like a second squeeze up, but obviously led to nowhere. Ended up coming back down pretty quickly. So more from the morning, but the CLRO is a nice trade, at least for us. CJJD. I don't think that we had called this out. I saw it pop up on Benzinga a couple times just before this meeting, but it's got a really thin order book, so no need to follow this for end of the week Friday. But Acer, ACER, this one we're actually pretty familiar with. Acer Therapeutic Company, not Acer Computers, but nonetheless, Acer here ended up making a big squeeze up from this morning. It's trying to get back up there right now, at least. Right, you can see it's trying to make a bounce subtly from 207, 208 here. So I'll come back to this just at the tail end. I'll put this on our side list, the ACER. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to give this the kiss of death, folks. I swear. But you knew this was going to come. The AMAM trade just got halted on the way down. Steve took his profits wisely. Very nice, Steve. Steve, one of our longtime students, he was in this trade from 268. It's clocked out right now. I was saying it was a good time to get out, Steve. I don't just say that to say that, right? I mean, hey, if there is a continuation, then I'd say look for more, but it already pumped up so much from earlier. We barely trade the stock, or I don't think we ever did. The fact that this just got halted on the way down again, I just kind of we'll keep it on our list, but let's see if there's anything looking a lot better of an opportunity to continue to pop. Momo being possibly one of them, ended up having a huge squeeze from this morning. The market open, continuing the push that it had yesterday. But this one at least is a lot more liquid. This one typically does trade a lot of volume day to day, maybe outside of today and yesterday. Yes, even outside of these past 2 days, it still trades over 1.7 million on average. So, it's not one of those low float pump and dump type of schemes, folks. This stock, though, had made a nice pop, though, today, and it's still holding strong. So, for right now, I'll put this back on our watch list, the Momo. Breaking back over 9 right now, too. Chuck had called out Armed, and he was in this just before. Armed in from 566 out at 595, still climbing. Chuck posted that about a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, and still going. As he said, yeah, I mean, RMED, how could we not? All right. I don't have the level 4 for this one open right now, and honestly, the way this is pushing, it's not going to shock me that this gets halted soon. Maybe one more little pop up, and it should get halted. Huya, HUYA, Chinese stock, ended up making a nice big push early this morning. I'll tell you what, Billy also had a nice pop today too. BILI, big move up from the morning. It just had a tough time trying to break over the 26 level. Checking out a couple of the other Chinese stocks we've had our eyes on this past week. Neo's going nowhere. IQ looked all right, actually, just a moment ago there, trying to squeeze back up and above. This looks like more of a level 1 stock, if anything. The HUYA, though, I mean, this one ended up making the bigger of the 2 moves. It's trying to hold strong for right now. I'll come back to this if we need to. I'll put this on the side. All right, so let's just really skim quickly. Maybe not that fast, but skim quickly at least across the gainer side. See what else we got. I was intending on making this meeting relatively quick, so pardon me if I'm going a little faster than usual, but ended up having a nice pop. This DocuSign trade ended up, blasting upward from the morning, making higher lows across the early afternoon and pushing back up for right now. If you like the more expensive stocks, at least this is pretty liquid for a more expensive trade, really. So, if you tend to follow the more expensive stocks, put this personally on your list. Boyle natural gas ETF. We were following this, of course, going into the market open today. This UNG cold. So it looks like those are still pushing back up, at least UNG and Boyle. Cold will trade inversely to that. So I had both on the watch list just in case if it was a reversal. But either way, for right now, we'll definitely focus more on the Boyle trade and the UNG. All right, to wrap up the gainer side here, I don't really see much else. That's a familiar name. We checked out Billy already here. Bird, BIRD. And is this like Bird, like the scooter company? I went to California to visit a friend recently. They never had them in New York, and I didn't see them in Florida. But the Bird scooter company, is this it? Bird ended up having a nice morning here, a little push up. Not a whole lot happening, at least of recent. All right, let's hop over to the loser side right now. Again, market's gone nowhere. So, I'm not expecting much on either side. We've built up a good list so far, at least. Went through the bottom of the barrel, got through a couple of different things, and, not a bad watch list for right now. But I'll tell you, I'm not really expecting to find a whole lot on the loser side. LI could be a nice opportunity. This had dropped off pretty nicely from the morning and steady downtrend, at least taking us into the afternoon. I feel like this could be more of a slow poke, but it is near the lows, so I do like it as a short. LI. Got GameStop. We're not going to really trade that, though, even if it is easy to borrow on my platform today. TGTX. We've actually had our eye on this stock of late. Ended up actually providing a pretty nice short trade for us last week, it was, I believe. But dropping back down again, breaking below the support you could at least see from the daily chart. Had a big jump up mid-November and kind of fell flat since, but now breaking lower at that point. So, you know what? Actually, I like this trade again. TGTX. We did well on it last week as a short. Why not again? All right. I'll tell you, actually, plucking two from the loser side right now is a pretty good win for us. So, if there's anything else that you see, type it in the chat board. Let me know. Probably more on the upside, I'd say. But if there's anything else, either up or down, let me know here, folks. I'll get this out the way now for all of us on social media, Facebook Live or YouTube. Of course, enjoy the weekend first and foremost. Hope it's nice out where you reside. Any questions that you have, feel more than free to send over through email. Josh at c2trading.com is my handle. I always like to post that at the end of these streams here. And then otherwise, I don't have my banner up like normal, but now we do. If you wanted to join us inside our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the yellow banner below the stream right there to get yourself started. But with that, though, folks, last call. Let me know if there's anything else up, down, left, right, more than 5%. Another halt on AM. You got to stop even saying it in the chat board. Like every 5 seconds, it's going to get halted. So, it's just not worth your energy. I mean, the time it takes for you to write that again, you're going to miss out on a stock making a better move. So, for right now, we'll keep this on our watch list, but it's going to get halted over and over, up and down, probably more down than up going forward. Did we look at RMED? We did later, but still a great call. We have this on our list, rightfully so. So this looks really good still. Perhaps at this point we'll see it pull back, maybe build a higher low in the making off a 6 or 590, and then from there for the hopeful pop higher. But it looks good though. We'll focus on this. Actually, hey, pardon me, Lita. Give me a quick second. Hey, check my calendar. All right. You better be in the trading room on Monday, Lita. That's all I'm going to say. All right. With that in mind, folks, we're going to wrap up. And I say that, of course, extremely friendly. I look forward to Monday, Lita. With that in mind, folks, just again, if you have any questions, feel more than free to private chat me inside the live trading room, or you can email me on top if you're dipping out from right now, Josh at c2trading.com. But otherwise, folks, you got Rich on the mic coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern. So in about 15, 20 minutes, he'll be on, wrapping you folks up going into the close. All right. Otherwise, hey, I'll be in the chat board up until 3:30. So if you see something, say something, as will I. Talk to you soon.
Become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9. Do it today.